This week's GM weapon is the Uzume RR4, an adaptive frame solar sniper rifle in the energy slot. It comes with some niche rolls and can be strong under certain circumstances. Without keeping you any longer, let's get into the weapon. Starting in the third column, the perks you will want to be chasing are Clown Cartridge, Lead from Gold, and 4th times the Charm. I'd prioritize getting a roll that gets 4th times and Lead from Gold in the same column, allowing you to swap between them depending on when you need ammo economy or are going into damage. Pairing 4th times with either extended or appendage mag, then adding backup mag on top of that allows you to have 7 rounds in any given magazine, allowing you to proc 4th times the charm twice, making this quite a good option for sustained DPS when you are out of ammo on your other weapons. Uzume can get some really good total damage for a special weapon, which we will get into a little bit later in the numbers section. Moving on to 4th column, the perks you will want to be looking out for are Vorpal and Precision Instrument, with the latter being a fair bit more desirable than Vorpal. Vorpal is nice because of its consistency, but if you want to challenge anything other than a boss or mini-boss, you are getting no benefit. Precision Instrument is a slightly higher damage buff, capping out at 25% at 6 stacks, versus Vorpal's 15% constantly against any boss or mini-boss. It also isn't too hard to get going in a damage phase, but outside of that, it's not a great perk for roaming content due to how unforgiving the perk is, requiring you to land a crit every 1.25 seconds to keep your stacks up, with missing a single shot removing all of them. Regardless of this, the combo of 4th times and Precision Instrument is passable damage while maintaining high total damage for a special weapon. Moving over to some numbers from Aegis's boss damage spreadsheet, it holds up somewhat to its competition, but falls a little bit flat in the DPS department compared to some better DPS special weapons, having great total damage, but not having as high damage per second as Bait and Switch Supremacy, for example. That's not the biggest deal in the world, to be fair, as a Rewind Bait Supremacy is probably the strongest legendary DPS sniper in the game currently, but sadly that's the level every sniper is fighting to perform to right now. Uzume's closest current competition is a 4th times firing line Irakanji, both sporting extremely similar total damage around the 4 mil mark, and both sitting around 133,000 DPS. Now obviously these numbers are a very far cry from some surrounded shotguns, but snipers bring a lot more versatility to the table with range and total damage options. Moving on to some misc nitpicking now. I won't lie to you, I really do enjoy this weapon, but there are 2 small and silly little things that I don't like about it. The first being the frame, and the second being the zoom. Starting with the frame, there's something about adaptives that just feels weird for me to be using them in PvE content. Maybe it's that I've always favoured them for PvP, or that they sit in this awkward middle ground where they don't get the huge single shot damage benefit of aggressive frames and also don't get the stable and fast fire rate of rapid frames. To me, it makes them feel a little less fun to use compared to the other 2 options, purely because they lack anything that makes them stand out compared to the other 2 options. And onto the zoom. Why is it so zoomed in? The majority of adaptive frames sit around 45 zoom and some even go lower, so making it a 50 zoom is kind of an odd choice. This is purely personal bias, but I much prefer lower zoom snipers, as they allow me to get away with sniping things that are a little bit too close, and not in the true sniper range. But overall, I really like this gun. It sounds nice, and has a cool model, as well as being usable for when you need total damage in a pinch. I'm all for having as many weapons be as viable as possible in this game. I find it a lot more enjoyable when you have more options to enjoy, and make arguments for in endgame content. Hopefully as the episodes progress and we move further down the Destiny pipeline, we can see more weapons have their own unique and strong reasons to be picked up for endgame content. That's all from me for today. Thank you for checking out my video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.